I got that on camera, baby. Yeah! Let's do it.
Come on, para Tommy, para que lo vea Tommy.
So that's a big nurse shark.
My name is Dagan.
I wish him the best and I want him to have a safe, fun time.
And it begins. This is how we do it here!
My heart yearns for the sea and the beauty beneath it. There's never really a dull moment. Even on the calm days, I'm always just going with the flow.
Yeah! Sana all. Wow. And this is delicious soup.
Yeah, that just came and it's frickin' ice cold.
It hurts to breathe. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, cheers, legends. It is time to release the footage of what happened to me and the experiences that I endured during my summer sail trip around the Caribbean. The world needs to know, families need to know. I need to get it off my chest. Every year, I take off for a couple of months to work as a private charter captain. I've been doing it for many years now, and it's a generational tradition of mine. I love to be at sea, I love to sail, and I absolutely love to bring my sailing knowledge, naval knowledge, ocean knowledge, fishing knowledge, and hospitality knowledge to the table and host some of the most wild and amazing charters all around the world. I also work part-time as a delivery captain. Grab a boat, pick it up from an owner or a deliverer or a manufacturer, deliver it to another place in the world, anywhere in the world where the new owner wants it delivered. I picked up my first gig in early March and I took off to sail around the world in French Polynesia, where our job was to sail the boat from French Polynesia all the way across the Pacific Ocean, all the way across Southeast Asia and Indonesia, and all the way to Thailand. And that ended up being a wild and insane trip in itself. Just another day with a bunch of amazing legends here on board. SV Second Life, day 2 of the journey.
Yes, sir.
Here we go again. From breakdowns, repairs, massive damage, crew rotations, and even having to actually go broke, as the owner says he went broke, I ended up spending over 100 days in French Polynesia, to the point where the contract itself became null and void because the delivery window was never going to happen. So after over 100 days in French Polynesia, I took up my second contract of the year, which was back on a familiar yacht that everyone on my channel has seen before, sailing vessel Joy. What's up, guys? We're seeing how the microphone picks up in horrible winds versus down here in the wind where there's no wind, so you can probably hear me really well right here behind the wheel. We're going somewhere, and we're not getting there very fast. The winds do not favor right this second. Say hi, vlog. Say hi, vlog. What's up, YouTube? I got a guapa on the phone. How you think the voyage is so far and your future outlook for the voyage? There you go. Let's see. Give me some testimonial. You're live and rolling there.
The voyage so far has not been going accordingly or expected, but that is exactly what we were expecting. expect the unexpected. We had 2 days of storms, 2 engines gone almost, and we're still out here.
A beautiful Bali 54 area, Bali 54, a 6 stateroom, beautiful, giant catamaran, one of the best catamarans on earth. And I gotta tell you, from the bottom of my heart, I was so excited. I was so happy to be back on board Joy. But from what the owners had told me, I knew I was in for quite an adventure. After a lot of very interesting discussion and a little bit of debate, I was brought up to speed on the plans of the actual trip that I was going to be captaining on. Evidently, the goal of the financiers, aka the clients on board the boat who were sponsoring the trip itself and bringing on board this team of experts, was to locate rare, legendary shipwrecks known to have disappeared 400 and 500 years ago throughout the southern Caribbean, locate and confirm those wrecks, and then not touch a single thing, but somehow go back and make some kind of profitable gains off of the knowledge of what wrecks and where they are. The boat was turnkey ready to go, spit polished and shine, waxed and ready, fueled up and ready to rock. The crew consisted of myself, captain, the owner, 2 financiers, one a lovely man from Colorado named Neil, and another an Argentinian American national named Herman.
The thing is that these shipwrecks have been worked, you know, for 60 years now. The other 2, you know, it must be close by, but no one knows exactly where. They all came down as a group during a hurricane. So it cannot be too far, right, but too far in the ocean can be, you know, really far.
Dive master and co-captain named Tom, who happened to be an amazing guy and was really there for me throughout everything to help me through all of the situations. And if I need some rest, God forbid, or need to get some sleep, Tom can take over as relief captain during the journey.
AG1, save your life.
Yeah, he did it. I was just gonna tell him to do it. No, he marketed it. He totally was like, hey,
If you all the YouTube drink this thing, I have to drink it too because give me power.
A super crazy smart, intelligent MIT graduate who deals with sonars and magnetometers and all this super techie guru stuff that for a lot of people in the common world is hard to explain, but basically this guy is the tech wizard. Next on the list was a trauma nurse who also happened to be a sailing master, who was going to back us up and be the in-house medic and doc for the entire event. Lastly was one of the financiers' son, Tommy. What's your opinion on the captain so far?
10 points, A+.
What's your opinion on the food?
10 points, A+.
And then of course the boat broker who connected all of these people together. And that made the crew of Sailing Vessel Joy Caribbean Expedition 2025. Got the boat topped off with fuel and supplies, went provisioning at Costco, filled the entire boat up with a month's worth of food and supplies for 10 grown men, and headed out into the Atlantic Ocean.
Don't you worry.
Threading the needle around here, you know, in between Shipwreck Island 1 and Shipwreck Island 2. Threading the needle. Because I do big things.
Water, anybody? Yeah, thank you. Wow.
I like to get the heart pounding in the morning. Is that close enough? In the immortal words of Billy Madison, you just tap it in. Just tap it in. All right, we're just passing Beacon Cay and Mushroom Rock here. Some old historical locations here in the middle of the heart of the Bahamas. And yeah, let's check it out. We're running on the inside because the outside is treacherous right now. Water's blue, it's only about 11 feet deep right now. Crazy. Our IT guru is doing IT things. That's the Jack Spiro right there, AKA. I've got lunch prepped. We're gonna do a wahoo fried rice. The team caught those wahoos yesterday. Yeah, man, I got everything cleaned up and organized and ready to rock. We got dinner prepped as well. Caesar salads with spaghetti bolognese and fresh garlic bread. And we've got about 30 minutes till the next turn, so let's go up topside and see what everybody's doing up there. Coming up bridge side here on the fly bridge. Take a look at that. As we say around here, that is what it's all about right there. Look at these guys. Look at these guys.
Good morning, Cap.
How's it going, guys?
Well, doing well.
Enjoying the Exumas?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it? We've got pretty much 5-6 hours left within the inner cays here in the protected waters, and then sometime this afternoon, evening, we will be in the open ocean once more. The moment, and I mean the moment we got offshore, everything turned to a whole nother level of extreme. The winds turned heavy onshore, and within about 6 miles of being offshore, we had direct headwinds and swell bashing into the bow of the boat, and the bow of the boat itself just going up and down and slamming one slam after another. It was almost as if Neptune himself was saying, "This is not the trip for you." The trip down to the location was technically only supposed to last about 10 days. But 10 days into the trip, we were still in the Bahamas. First thing, as soon as we got to the Bahamas, our fuel ended up being bad, corrupted, fouled, as we say in the Navy, or mixed, basically, dirtied up fuel. So we ended up having some kind of fresh water leak somehow, and the water ended up getting into the fuel, which then shut down the generator and shut down both main engines. Okay, we are finally getting rid of this nasty shit here. Fucking 2 engines and a generator down every night, every few hours. We're standing by down here. Okay, ready to transfer.
Keep coming.
Yep. There she goes. Looks like chocolate milk. And now we are on the dock here at Flying Fish Marina, here on Long Island Cay. Here, that's the main man right here, checking it out, filling them up. These two are old friends. All the guys with money are back because they couldn't spend it on anything. We're fueling up, and then I'm pretty sure we're getting the frick out of here. We got a 90-degree wind right now. We're gonna turn south and fly, fly, fly. So that's a big nurse shark there. Oh, there's a little bull shark. It's the shark highway out here, see? 1, 2, 3. So what was supposed to be a 3-day sail through the outer edge of the Bahamas and down towards Haiti and Jamaica ended up taking us nearly 2 weeks and 4 different port of calls.
I want to see millonario a homeless en África de ahí.
Channel locks, that hatch open and the control hatch open, and bridle shackles ready to rock. On power panel, anchor windlass power. You definitely want to go with him and learn about everything with the anchoring operation. It'd be good if little Tom does too, just to learn.
He's preparing special coffee for you.
Ah, then he's working though. If they're making coffee for me, it's okay.
Let him first finish with the coffee.
Café con leche. Oh, yes.
Por favor.
Por favor, delicioso.
There's just something magical about Bahamas waters. And I mean, take a look at this. Storm behind me. Look how absolutely ridiculous the weather is right now. But look at that. And that's with visibility at a very abnormal low. That's with no sunshine or residual light whatsoever. Shitty clarity of water. Look at that. Absolutely unbelievable. It's anchor time. Got the anchor team out here.
Captain,
All right.
Amazing.
coffee.
You are a gentleman and a scholar, my friend.
Good job. Look at this. Beautiful.
That's is there anyone living?
Oh yeah, that's Cat K. It's like a Luthra, big, long, and skinny. I like the blue hole.
The what?
The blue hole.
Yeah.
Whee!
Just give you a depth on here anywhere?
22. It's nice to be in protected waters for a minute. Get some shit done.
comes.
Yeah.
Hey, take a picture of that. I'd like to remember that.
Antonio.
We do not recommend trying this at home. Please, safety precaution 101. Don't stand in a fucking thunderstorm holding metal objects on a metal boat. All right. But we do it anyway. I got that on camera, baby. Yeah! It's raining a little bit out here. I got it.
Hurry up.
Yeah, baby. 13 feet of water. We'll do 5 to 1. All right, she's going deep in front of you. Bring her in, bring her in. Don't lower the rod. Keep it up, keep it up.
Can we lower?
Keep it up, keep it up.
Lower the jingle number, everybody.
Reel, come on, Herman.
In sideways.
Reel, come on.
There he is. And
You still got it, Mono. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
This one is the...
Keep the rod out, keep the rod out here. Yeah.
And this one is the guy. That's the reason why you don't get the other one. Because this one is the guy.
Oh, that's the man.
Yoppa!
Come on. Para Tommy, para que lo vea Tommy.
Ese es el teléfono.
All right, over here, guys.
By the time we left the Bahamian waters and entered Haitian, Dominican, and Jamaican waters, we were exhausted, the boat was beat down, and we were really questioning our sanity at that point. But me, myself, I was keeping the vibe high, keeping the spirits high, and not letting anything get to me. We definitely were not prepared for what was coming next. As we made our turn through the Jamaican Straits, or the Haitian Straits, the body of water that crosses between Haiti, Dominica, and Jamaica, at 2 o'clock in the morning, we encountered pirates, real pirates. And the situation got so intense that I'm actually reluctant to release a lot of the footage at this point. I have released most of it on my members only side, which is not public. So if you want to click the join button below, become a paid channel member, you have access to see the footage. And then you can comment on it and tell me whether or not you think I can release it, because things got pretty crazy, you know, from do we try to fight them? Do we shoot at them? The Jamaican Coast Guard coming to our rescue, all these things that happen in the matter of 2.5 hours in the middle of the night. It was pretty crazy. I've seen a lot of people post pirate episodes and pirate scenarios out at sea and what they experience. But me professionally as a captain, I just don't know, you know, if I want to put it out as part of this episode or part of another episode, or completely leave it private and never put it out there for the public eye to see. And within a couple of hours, the Jamaican Coast Guard finally answered the radio and came out to our rescue, safely escorted us for the rest of the early morning hours into Port Royal, into Kingston Harbor there, and got us safe and sound to our marina. So big shout out to the Jamaican Coast Guard, super grateful for them. I made some good friends there and some good followers, and I know that they've been waiting for me to release this footage as well. So big shout out to Jamaican Coast Guard. Thank you so much, you guys. All right, good morning, shipmate. We are entering the South Passage into Port Royal Harbor. They wanted us to take the east because it's the open one, very commonly used, dredge, straight line. So I attempted earlier to make the east approach, and there was absolutely no making it with the amount of power I have in control. This boat is a giant wind sail, and when I turned it sideways into the wind, I had half a knot. So it would have taken us 15 hours to get 1.5 miles or whatever. So I told them I can't do it. I'm headed to South Passage. They said, all right, we'll follow you. The waters never get above 40 feet, so I'm not worried about depth, but we do have to do some turns. So we'll have to be very vigilant on power down there. If we lose power, we may have to, very much with the wind, open up the jib real quick, which just means someone run down there and open the stopper, and I'm just gonna rip it open. That way I have some kind of control if we lose power. Yep, you're just hanging out for right now. I just need to know that it's alive. So, okay. All right, we have less than 2 set up port engine, and we've got it at 1800 RPMs, which is my absolute max, and that gives me a little bit of power, speed, and steerage control. That way I do not, as they say in the military, lose steerage way, because that's when bad things happen. So we are maneuvering in now. Thank God we're surfing downwind, down swell right now, or else this would be a much more violent situation. So, wow. All right. Well, good news, boys and girls. We made it in. That was slow but eventful at the same time. And it's funny how even going 3.5 knots can be, you know, just as stressful as going 300 miles an hour sometimes. It's pretty wild. We're here in the harbor right now. We've actually got a very large vessel, an Alpha class vessel, moving out in front of us right this second. And we're giving them a port-to-port pass, and we are giving them all the room they need, as they are much larger than us. You can see them right here. We are airing up buoys and getting ready and waiting for the sun to start rising here any minute, and then we've got about another hour or so maneuvering slow speed into the marina that we're headed to, and then of course we will have a Coast Guard boarding. Look at this wake and roll, this big ass ship coming in. Woo! Okay. I absolutely love this angle. Look at this. The shadow, the silhouettes, the boys on the bow. Love it. After pulling into Jamaica and getting all checked in, squared away with immigration, because we had taken so long to get to Jamaica as our wayward point B in the long journey ahead, our medic and the financer's son ended up not being able to continue on the trip and had to go home. So even though they flew to Jamaica to meet us there, they ended up having to fly right back to America because the trip had taken too long already and we had been postponed too long. Things were getting a little tight, things were getting a little tense. It was time to get off the boat, get some provisioning done. Now, provisioning is wild no matter what country you're in, especially when you're on a giant sailboat or catamaran and you're trying to feed 10 grown men for the next 2 weeks, possibly a month at sea. I ended up making my way into Jamaica, and believe it or not, I actually had a really good time. I met some amazing people, got my hair braided, as you see, like I always like to do, headed back to the boat, got everything broken down, and prepared for the next leg of the journey.
Here we go. This is groceries.
You can talk or you don't. You know what? Go ahead and narrate.
This is groceries for one day, okay? Just for Dagan. And
this is just one
just
dinner.
kidding. And boy, we got a lot of stuff here. So we're having fun at the Mega Mart in Jamaica. Yeah, man.
What is this way?
My YouTube channel.
Oh, you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, ma'am. 137,479.04. What's up, guys? Give me a smile over here,
what's
babe.
first going on?
Thumbs up here. Thumbs up here. Ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by your friendly Coca-Cola. Poisoning children around the world and causing diabetes since 1905.
Those bananas were those...
Pantanos, my friend, pantanos.
Wow, those are the yellow ones, man.
We're gonna smash them, we're gonna cook them, and we're gonna eat them. I got my braids in. I'm on fire right now.
So where'd you get those done?
I got everything done in one plaza after looking at a million things that weren't right. Oh, big one coming. Come on. Big one coming. Yeah.
All right, we're powering on these suckers.
Oh, snap. A magnetometer is a type of sonar that uses different pulse waves to locate certain items on the bottom of the ocean floor. Depending on the depth that you're looking at, the speed that you're sailing or towing the mechanism, and also depending on the programming that you've actually put into the system itself to detect different metals. Magnetometers can be designed to detect metal, to detect gold, to detect silver, Magnetometers can also be designed to detect irons. And in our case, iron was what we were looking for, to where it could help narrow down the timing and dating style, methodology, and metallurgy of this type of ships we were looking for.
What is that? Energy drink?
AG1.
Okay, I love that.
Hey.
AG1, save your life.
Yeah, he did it. I was just gonna tell him to do it. No, he marketed it. He totally was like, hey,
If you all the YouTube drink this thing, I have to drink it too because give me power.
AG1. Hey, go in!
Be real careful and be real ready for the wave. Let it out as fast as it wants to go. How deep are we?
She planes deep.
All the way to the 80s, right?
Maybe keep some tension to get it floating a little.
I have it right here. Okay. Let it go. Let it go in 1, 2, and 3.
Live!
It's flying. Woo!
Hold on! You got it, you got it. Alright.
We are at either speed, so.
Dropping mag. Dropping the second one. We're good?
Good.
Okay, this is what it's like crossing from atoll to atoll in crazy rough seas. We're on a 60-foot catamaran and we are still flying through the air, giant slams, absolutely crazy. God bless. We're gonna climb up to the bow and carefully get a little look-see at what this looks like. After we departed Florida, we actually arrived on location of the site that we had intended to be on. Now, I'm not going to disclose where, obviously, for many, many obvious reasons and many more that I'm not going to share. The intelligence side of me is not going to tell you where we were, but we're just going to call it on location. The searches began, the scans began, and what I do best, the grocery shopping began. So what I do is I get in the water and I go snorkeling and spearfishing for lobster, crab, and anything conch, anything you could find that's delicious to eat and nutritious from the bottom of the ocean. I hunt it down, I bring it up, and I cook it for the staff, the crew, the owner, and all of the clients that are on board. It's a passion of mine and I love it. What's going on, guys? I just shot the biggest Caribbean king crab ever. And when I say biggest, too.
What are you simmering this in?
Coconut curry sauce.
Coconut curry sauce. Oh, just still filming even though I'm playing?
It is. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you are welcome.
All right.
Go.
Now we, Ron Popeil. R.I.P. Ron Popeil. Ron Popeil says, said it. And
forget it.
And forget it. Yes.
I'll turn the window up. I'll set it. And forget it. That's it. Here we go.
That's how you age a generation. When you know Ron Popeil 3 a.m. lines. Very nice. When you are on a reef as healthy and tropical as the one we were on, and you're surrounded by fish, or you're diving across a reef edge, and all of a sudden a giant school of fish approaches you, you don't have many options. because especially, number one, fish move a lot faster than you do. There are a few safety tips to think about when you get caught in a large school or a feeding frenzy like I did. Number one, keep your calm, keep your fingers and hands and toes inside the ride at all times. Definitely keep your cool, do not panic. Try to keep your situational awareness at an all-time high and maintain a 360-degree arc of awareness. Spin around, look around, cover yourself, look down, look up, look all around, and make sure you're safe. Even doing that and even having all of this experience and knowledge, I still ended up getting bumped right in the head by a pretty big shark, and it was a humbling moment for, I think, both of us. Check this out.
Did you see that? Did you see what I just happened? He came right at me. I got it on camera.
Wow, look at that sunset. Crazy. Woo.
What the hell?
All right, so we literally just shot this. We got a nice GT right here. We're actually gonna eat this thing, and the rest of it, what we don't eat, it's gonna be our cut bait that we need for strips for tomorrow. But what was crazy about it is that we shot it off the back of the boat. Boom. You know what? I needed to shoot something off the back of the boat, and this guy looked at me wrong. So, sushi in the middle of nowhere. What's up, chat? Check this out. Biggest lobster most people have ever seen in the Caribbean. Now, everybody take a step back, take a step back. Take a step back, I'm gonna show you. Hey!
Yeah, man.
Snap.
How much you think that weighs?
This is a solid 8 pounds.
8 pounds? Spiny.
Solid 8 pounds.
And what happened right before you got that one, man?
I missed the one just as big and lost the spear into the line deep.
And what are we doing tomorrow?
Getting the spear and the other lobster.
Yeah, good morning, we're going. Aha! Woo! Look at that, don't do any of that stuff there. Look at my little baby fish there.
Oh, we keeping score on it?
You're the judge, we don't compete.
You're going in a straight line, it's a race. You shoot fish, it's a...
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. You let me know when
Shoot
you can
fish.
take breaks
Want
and
to shoot
catch
fish.
up.
Right. You can shoot some fish now. I want to go get some lobster tomorrow. So what time we got to get up to go get the lobster so we don't get in trouble for slowing people down to go over there to get your head out.
Tell them they're not your fucking mother.
Get your fucking lobster out of
Tell them
there.
to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, well, I do that a lot.
Oh, yeah, you right. Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, babe.
Baby.
Oh, babe. As a yacht captain, everybody on board is your responsibility. It is your duty and responsibility to keep everyone safe and the boat safe and operational at all times. As a skipper on board this journey, things got a little bit confusing and a little bit gray area because number one, the expedition itself brought its own medic, brought its own co-captain, brought its own dive master. The expedition owner himself told me that the dive master, Tom, would be in charge of everything as far as dive safety and regulations on board the boat. So I was told to step back and take a deep breath and just maintain the boat, the food, the meals, and everything involving the boat itself, the charter itself, and everything that goes along with that. But when doing that, I still obviously was keeping an eye on everything else that was going on. And I noticed a couple of irregularities which started to give me a lot of concern. One of them being that several of the divers claimed to be experts and definitely weren't. Now, everyone seemed to have a little bit of scuba diving experience and everyone seemed to have, you know, the right kit and the right gear, but there were still some things missing. Dive logs, air times, dive times, a topside diver or a topside tender making sure that everybody was good when people were diving. You know, there were some basic standard operating procedures and safety precautions that I was seeing that weren't happening while we were out. The night before everything tragic and crazy went down, I actually took the main client, Harmon, aside with the owner of the yacht, Bo, and had a very heart-to-heart, come-to-Jesus conversation with him, explaining to him the gaps in the safety procedures that I was seeing, my concern with the expedition and the safety of everyone on board. And his response was very simple, and I will never forget it, and the owner of the yacht himself saw it firsthand right next to me. He says, "Dagan, stop preaching. I don't want to hear it. They're all grown men. They're on their own. We're on our own. You take care of the boat. I'll take care of the divers." And he did. He said it with some attitude and some conviction, and you know, almost really kind of putting me down in a very uncomfortable and made things very awkward situation. The boss of the boat, the owner of the boat, and I had some pretty in-depth conversations about it that night, and you know, my convictions were on an all-time high. But at the same time, I had just gathered a bunch of giant lobster, caught some mahi and some other fresh fish, and I was getting ready to prepare this wonderful feast and cook out for everybody on board the yacht. So we turned the negative energy and turned it positive, and we all ended up having an absolutely wonderful evening, especially my guy Neil, because Neil, being one of the two main sponsors on board, you know, he's definitely the VIP of the trip. But what I found was that every day, every moment of the expedition, Neil was by my side, learning from me, and I was learning from him. The guy is an amazing entrepreneur, amazing businessman, and he's really that older but wiser, happy and humble character. And we really bonded, and he was on watch with me every night, and we learned together. And when one of the sails blew out, he sat there with me all day helping me sew it up. And every day when I went in the water to go hunting and diving for lobsters and fish, he wanted to be with me. He wanted to learn everything about chartering and everything about fishing in salt water, because he's from a freshwater state. You know, for the better part of a month and a half, we spent every waking minute together, and we really formed this amazing bond. Even then, when I was cooking every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when I was cooking meals, Neil was there, learning how I was cooking, helping me if I needed it. And for some amazing, humbling reason, the guy always made sure to do all of the dishes, and he was always there to help me clean after every single session. So Neil was just an amazing guy, and that evening we had so much fun. I'll never forget that evening. That's all I can tell you at this point, is I'll never forget that evening. But as most literary experts and writers love to say, little did he know, and little did we know, that the following morning, our lives would change forever. The next morning, everything went according to plan. I made a beautiful breakfast, coffees, cigarettes, dive. Everybody was in the water diving and searching. The day was going everything normal. We got out of the water for lunch. I made an amazing lunch for everybody. We had a great time. Ate a bunch of leftover lobster ceviche and things like that from the night before. And then everybody proceeded to hop in and get ready for the next dive. And as soon as I was done with lunch, I don't like to eat lunch because I like to dive throughout the day on an empty stomach. So I jumped in the water right after I made lunch for everybody and proceeded to go hunting, where I ended up finding the biggest, baddest lobster you have ever seen in your life. One of the biggest ones I've ever caught, or as we say, a PB, a personal best for me. Got out of the water, and this is what you saw.
Let's go get a lobster, man.
What's up, chat? I just got done shooting one of the biggest, baddest lobsters in the world. And look at Bo Cephas, AKA Boss Man over here, sitting pretty with his freaking wasabi almond dirty martini. Oh yeah. I get out of the water and this is what I see. But he shall provide. What up, son?
Another one, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, that's a size 13, 14 wide there, just so you guys know for reference. Oh shit. Look at that battle hardened face, man. Wow. Dinner. Oh, look at this. They're getting fancier, everybody. Oh.
I need my picture with the martini on the logo.
This this is what we do around here.
It's got like fingers for toes.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, my legs are Jello. Oh my god. Look at these guys over here. That's not Uruguayan Aquaman? AKA Santa Claus. Then we got Cali Wally over here with the Colorado vibes, AKA Toothpick.
Hey.
Wait, no, Q-tip. Q-tip. This is my Q-tip right here. As soon as I got done bringing in the lobster, I had noticed that there was another couple of them in that area, so I jumped right back in the water and proceeded to head back to that area to catch some more. Meanwhile, most of the guys were gearing up for their second dive of the day. And you know, when I get in the water, I'm not part of the expedition. I'm not part of a search team. I'm the chef. When the boat is anchored and everybody's safe and happy and sound in a safe, secure area like we were in the lagoon that we were in, I'm the chef. And then at that point, I'm the hunter-gatherer. I want to make dinner. One giant lobster, amazingly, is not enough to feed everybody. So I then get back in the water and head back out to go spear a couple more fish and catch another one of those giant lobsters so we can have dinner tonight. About an hour later, I am about 120 yards behind the boat, off the port side aft, between the back line of the boat. Now the boat is facing upwind, up current. The current is flowing down as the water comes over the reef and down the reef. I am down current, swimming back up current, with a lobster in my hand, spear gun, GoPro, weight belt, dive knife, pole spear, tickle stick for lobster, everything that I need. I'm tired. The current is strong. The sun is beaming down on us. The current is extremely strong at this point. And I know that the divers had all had a pretty heavy duty dive in that morning, and that everything was, you know, everyone was pretty exhausted, but they were really stoked and ramped up for the second dive of the day. So everybody got back out there and went diving probably shortly after I went back in the water. They all went back in for their second dive. And as I got back towards the boat, maybe about 60 yards off the port aft corner of the boat, back this way, you know, I'm my head down, I'm snorkeling like this, you know, snorkels up, I'm swimming, and my ear pops out of the water and I hear screams. And I look up and everyone's on the back side of the boat. Well, the three people that were left on the boat at that point, and they're all pointing this way. And it's all inaudible, I can't hear anything. But I look, and in the water halfway between me and the yacht is the owner of the yacht, and he's swimming towards me. And I pop my head up and kind of do like this real high in the water, and he sees me, and he pops up and screams, "That way, Neil is dying." And I'll never forget those words because, you know, it's just, as a captain, as a Navy veteran, as a rescue swimmer, a lifeguard, and a surfing and sailing instructor, it's something that you prepare for, it's something that you train for, but it's something that you hope and pray you never have to experience. And I look down in the water, and the water's gin clear, crystal clear, and I look over, and about 50 yards from me underwater, I see this object floating about 2 meters below the water, and I notice that it's Neil. He's upside down, and he's just limp, floating with the current away from the boat. My training kicks in. I immediately cut everything off of me. Belt, gear, guns, lobsters, fish, everything. GoPro, I drop everything. I literally, you know, quick release, quick release, quick release. I cut everything off, and I just take off like a rocket. Bo is following behind me. I get there to Neil's body. Neil is upside down. And now, please, if you guys are, you know, if you have children present, you know, this is my one and only parental PG-13 rated R warning for you on this episode, okay? Because the shit's about to get real. I get to Neil. And also please keep in mind in the comments and in the reactions to this, guys, that Neil's family is going to be watching this video. So please keep that in mind and be respectful. I get to Neil, and he's upside down, and he's pale blue, and his mask, I'll never forget this image, his mask is full of pink fluid. Like his scuba mask is full of pink fluid, and his regulator's just floating, and he's got all his gear on. And I get to him, and I immediately drag him up top water, rotate him over, get his head out of the water. I start ripping off all of his gear. I get all of his gear off and dropped, his weight belts, everything. At that point, Bo arrives at me, and he's like, is he okay? What can you do? And I'm like, we got to get him back to the boat. Bo looks at me and with the biggest eyes I've ever seen, and he goes, I'm exhausted, I'm about to drown myself. And I said, then you're a hindrance to me, you're not going to help in this situation. I need you to get back to the boat yourself and get everybody ready to receive the patient. And at that point, I start a 3-point combat rescue swimming, where I have Neil elevated and out of the water like this. And I've tried to stern up rub him, slap his face a little bit, nothing. He's got the pink foam water coming out of the mouth. He's ice cold blue. So I'm towing him as best I can up river, up current, against the stream, against the swell. And I've got about 150 feet to get back to the boat. At that point, in between getting back to the boat, I'm putting my head out of the water, and I'm screaming to the crew on board, get the kit, get the trauma kit, get the AED out, defib out, towels out, get the scissors out, get the radios out, get the oxygen and O2 tanks out. I mean, we had everything on, sorry, oh, I'm getting nauseous. We had everything on board that we needed for this rescue. And for some reason, you know, I'm looking and everybody's just kind of standing around, and like they're all in a complete panic as well. And I'm screaming, you know, get this, get that, throw the life ring in the water, throw the tow line and life ring in the water so that I can grab it and you guys can pull me in faster. And basically I got to the boat by the time they figured all that out. And, you know, I'm not knocking on those guys, but there is a vast difference between civilians and trained experts in, you know, military training and rescue swimmer and training like that and stuff. And I'm not putting any blame on them either. I'm just telling you exactly how this experience went down. You know, I got a boat full of grown men, and I'm the youngest one on board, and I'm yelling orders, and I'm getting nothing from them. The MIT guy grabs the radios, grabs the med kit, grabs the defib stuff, brings it up. The boat broker partner guy comes out, grabs the radio, his cell phone. We get Neil's body on board. I immediately start CPR, first aid. We get him high and dry, flip him over to get the water drained out of his lungs, get him intubated, get his lungs aspirated, and get the oxygen on him. You know, at the same time, I'm trying to holler at the guys to call Maydays in, to call the Coast Guards, all this stuff. It was a pretty chaotic moment. I'm sure you can kind of imagine everything. And then at that point, I did CPR as hard as I could and as fast and as efficient and proper as I could for as long as I could. And then finally, the boat broker guy got a hold of one of the Coast Guard stations. At this point, I think it was Coast Guard Station Puerto Rico. And then they were patching us into Coast Guard Station Miami. And at the same time, on another phone, we had Coast Guard Jamaican Coast Guard Station Kingston on the phone as well. So I then had Herman, the partner expedition leader, take over the CPR. Now keep in mind, the dive master, other co-captain, who I really could have used in this situation. Sorry there, actually the camera just overheated. The dive master, Tom, was still in the water on a different area scuba diving, and he wasn't there to actually help me, so things got a little chaotic there for a little while. Long, painful story short, 55 minutes into CPR resuscitation attempts, 2 epinephrine pins to the chest and leg and everything else in between. On the phone with the Coast Guard Station Miami trauma doctor, the expedition leader, Herman, and myself made the call. We pronounced Neil deceased at that time. As a captain, part of me will forever and always carry, you know, whatever you want to call it, pain, anguish, guilt, shame. Everyone on board that boat was my responsibility. And I believe that I did everything I could to not only keep them safe to the best of my regard and capabilities, but also to inform them of their safety, possibilities and scenarios. And also, you know, when it came time to try and save Neil, I fully believe that I did everything I could at that point. You know, I waited a long time to release this footage, and you know, Neil's family is fully aware. They've already put him to rest, and you know, I don't mean to open wounds by releasing this footage, but I needed to, you know, deal with it myself, talk to some lawyers, talk to some people, and make sure that everything was clear and good to go before I released this footage. And so, but you know, at the same time, after Neil passed, we immediately lifted anchor, left thousands of dollars of gear and equipment in the water, turned and hauled ass. The closest next U.S. territory affiliation that we could find was the Cayman Islands. We went there. I was met by the Coast Guard. They did an investigation and received us in the water. Then the local police, then the detectives, the coroner's office, and a full investigation was undertaken. Neil's body was undertook an autopsy, and according to the family, some kind of minor myocardial infarction occurred at the very end. And I gotta tell you, this is like the really humbling part about like how close he was to getting back to the boat, struggling on that second dive with the current and the swell and the wind. At the end, after everything happened, Bo, who was at that point Neil's dive partner, informed me that, and Tom, the dive master, because he came up 45 minutes into us trying to revive Neil, that Neil's spear gun and pole spear, or spear and tickle stick, were literally right underneath the ladder of the boat. So Bo and him came back together, and when Bo climbed up on the boat, between Bo getting up on the boat and Bo looking back as he got his equipment off, is when it happened to Neil, and then he started to drift away from the boat. So Neil was literally at the boat when it happened. You know, it's very easy for me to make assumptions. It's very easy for me to point the blame, just like everybody else in the world. It's so easy to point blame and throw hate at people, but I wasn't on the boat. I wasn't there. I wasn't responsible for the divers. I wasn't the expedition leader who said that it was on him. I wasn't the dive master. I wasn't the guy in charge on top tending to the divers in the water. I was just the cook and captain that was out catching lobsters. And it's very tragic to know that Neil got that close to the boat before it happened. And you know, I like I said, I did everything I could. You've never had to experience uncomfortable till you've had to sail for 3 days with a body just wrapped up on the back of your boat under very tense conditions and very high seas. And yeah, that was another experience in itself. After that, the expedition was cut short. Everybody got off the boat. Myself and one other person sailed the boat all the way back to Florida, and the expedition ended there. It has taken me a couple of months to really get through all this and heal and deal with all of it. And to be honest, I'm not over it yet. And I have my own convictions and I have my own opinions. And at the end of the day, the only character I can speak to is myself and the expedition leader himself. You know, this is hard to say because, like I said, you know, Neil's family's going to watch this, but I got a lot to say if I ever see that SOB again. A lot. That being said, enough with the negatives. Nothing is ever going to change what happened. I'll probably never get a chance to confront Herman about all of it. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you this, Neil, he's watching. He's watching from above. Neil was one of the most amazing individuals. He could articulate any conversation in a way that any human could understand. He was a business leader, he was a role model, he was a father, he was a grandfather. Neil was an amazing human being. And I will never forget the weeks, nights, hours, minutes spent alongside him. And to Neil's family, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. If anybody ever needs to reach out to me for anything, I'm here. And I will always answer the phone for you. In memory of Neil, I will continue on living through life because of Neil. The business guidance and the information and the wisdom that he shared with me over the weeks and months that we were side by side has forever changed me. And having a man like him die in my arms has forever changed me. Neil, I love you, brother. And I'll see you again one day. And we'll catch up and we'll have some beers. I miss you, brother. And to Neil's family, I love you guys so much. I've never met you and I love you, and I pray for you all, and I thank each and every one of you for watching this episode. And yeah, this wasn't easy for me. So I will see you guys in the next episode. God bless. And live every single day like it's your last, because you never know if tomorrow's coming or not. From the Philippines and from my heart, I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Later, legends.